Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up the series on the 1st of April 1957, and we managed to get through another winter and maintain our population. And you can see here we've got 1,452 workers, and what I want to do in this part is do some planning over in Coal Town, and I need to fix a number of issues, and of course more importantly I'd just like to get this building finished here. But before that, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me so much to think about. Now, somebody did point out over here that this connection here is not being gravelled. So what I'm going to do is make the necessary changes. I think we're going to have to wait for this truck to come in and pick up his gravel. Then we'll flip him over. In fact, what I will just get him in here. I'm not sure what type of truck you are. Oh yeah, you're actually delivering to the customs house. What I will do is we've got to put the gravel collection back onto there. You need to change to there and pick up gravel, and we're just going to have to temporarily remove you from there. And I think there's two of these trucks, isn't there, that do that. Yeah, we've got one carrying coal and one carrying iron. Yeah, we're just going to remove you. Oh, it's only temporary while we actually put in. I'm kind of a bit tempted to go straight to asphalt, actually. In fact, I think I will. Then it means I just won't have to repeat the process. But what we're going to have to do is put these guys on it, because it's a very short distance. I mean, I need to start thinking a little bit about asphalt. Now, another comment I got was related to my board production over here and this heating plant. And to be honest, in my divided series, I used this setup twice with great success, and I was able to produce heat and boards. But I think the source of my problems is this thing, is I've got a 300 cubic meter tank here, which this heating plant can never fill up because it only produces 275. Therefore, I just don't think this is ever going to be able to be a great success with respect to keeping this full. That means that's the reason why it can't share this production area here. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to shut this down, because my board production over here is working quite well, but we don't actually have the store available. We are producing there, so what we'll do is flip this guy onto boards. I'm going to put you picking up from, I think you can pick up from here actually, because I'm getting a few boards in here. Oh, it's wood. I think okay, what we'll do is we'll tell these guys to pick up actually from there. That should keep my construction going at the same time. But I'm not going to export any boards, and I think what we'll do actually, no, made a mistake there. Boards, go back to there, empty that out. So what we're going to do is use those 13 boards up first, and then move over to here. Yeah, I'm just completely confusing myself here. Now, another comment I got was related to escapees, and I'll be completely honest, when I first started playing this game, I was really obsessed with trying to avoid escapees and trying to keep my happiness bar absolutely up to the maximum. And it works when you're first starting out and you've got a small town like this, but as your economy grows, what happens is, because you've got a high happiness and no one's escaping, your population can explode. And that can send you into a vicious circle where what you're effectively just trying to build more and more to accommodate all this population. Then effectively what happens then is your economy starts to collapse, because you can't feed them, you can't clothe them, like all sorts of other demands go, and you end up building really large towns where just to accommodate the population that don't actually support any industry. So in some ways, having some escapees and a slightly lower happiness rate slows that population growth down, and that gives you more control over your overall population. Now, the other thing I want to check is I'm thinking that I need a bulldozer out here. In fact, I wouldn't mind a second excavator, because I was looking at this in preparation for the planning out here, and we've got a lot of terrain that may need leveling. Now, just to give you a bit of an update of what I've been doing out here is off camera, I'd spent a little bit of jiggery pokery here trying to get the best out of these two coal mines. And what I've found is that I think this one's 84 and this is 83%. That's the best I can get. There's a little bit of an overlap, but I don't think it's that big a problem. I think I really need to get my road crew out here and build it, because I don't think they've actually got any real work. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is whoops, not that. And come here and we're going to assign you there, because I think that will just make it a bit easier assigning work out here now. So I don't have to keep going back and trying to find the construction office, because what we should be able to do now, whoops, keep clicking that, I'm not sure why, but I think if we come here and this is assign construction mode, should be able to do now is just add that and get that built. And I'm aware that I've digressed quite a lot, but what I'm going to do is spend a little bit of money, and we're going to get a bulldozer and another excavator over here. It's going to take a little while for them to get out where they're going, but I think it's just trying to speed up the process here. So we're going to get a bulldozer. We got here, yeah, 20 kilometers, yes, 17 kilometers, and I think what we'll probably do is buy. Actually, we'll buy him, and we'll get another excavator. We're actually getting a bit of range of excavators now. 7, 18, 20, 20, 19,000 is a bit expensive, but I think we're just gonna have to live with that. I mean, I need to keep an eye on my money, but I think if I've got the necessary out here, and we'll get these guys out to here so that they can actually do something. Let the game run a little bit faster, get them out here. I did make a slight mistake here where I left my tractors in here, so we got off to a little bit of late state with respect to the sowing, but I think we're okay. I mean, we're on the 10th of April. I think we will get all these sown, but it just means we're going to be a little bit behind the schedule. So we're okay from that perspective. Because what I want to do now is just play on a little bit so that the bulldozers and the excavator will get out here, because we're going to need to flatten this area here. So we're just going to let the game run until they get out and in position. Plus there's a few things I need to do anyway. How's this going? Yeah, I mean, crew is kind of getting out here and working. What was that? Action has stopped. Yes, thank you. I need to keep an eye on the boards. All the boards are gone from there now, so these guys weren't hanging about. And that means we can flip you to that finish. I don't think that's finished. I'll put you there. I'd like to get this finished. And what should happen now is these guys will have an outside chance now of gaining against the heating plant, but I don't think they're going to be that successful. Now I've got two options if this doesn't work, if shutting the board production down doesn't work. One is I can tear this down and put in a small heat exchanger here, but that means I would have to rerun this pipeline. Although what I could do is break the pipeline here and put in a heat pumping station, because I think this will take a large thing. So I could put a heat pumping station in, say there, and then we could connect up this to a small heat exchanger here, and then run another heat exchanger around, because this takes 300. I mean, that could be an option. That would save me a bit of money here. In fact, I'm very tempted to do that. I mean, at the moment the heating is when we've got a little bit of heating flowing in it. I think I will do that, but it means I'm gonna have to tear this down. It's a tough decision, to be honest. I think I will. I might regret it, but let me just see. If I take down, kind of take this out here. I just have to take the piping out through here, and then we'll put the heat pumping station in about there. And of course, it's about saying that this won't. And what we'll do is we'll put the large heating pipe into there. And then of course what we're going to have to do is knock this down. What I can do is take this road out. I mean, I really do need to look for a permanent solution. There's no point pretending otherwise. So I don't know why I'm pausing the game. I mean, and then if we put a small heat exchanger in, say for, say for argument's sake, about there. And then we can, if I run and save a bit. Now we're going to get across here. Like that. And I think that's connected. We'll accept that. And of course, first things first, we're going to need to get these roads built. So get the road crew on that as well. So what we'll do is we'll build this through, and hopefully that will solve the problem. Of course, now I've actually broken the heating plant. What we'll do is we'll just get rid of. There's no point having workers in here for the moment until we got this working. Of course, what this is, and hopefully we'll get this finished through the summer. Famous last words. How are we doing there? How's this going? Well, we're down to. I mean, steel is going to be an issue, but I just want this built. It's just annoying the heck out of me. And we'll just let everything flow through here. I'll say what I can do is put another heating plant in, possibly over here or up here a little bit, depending on where I expand the city to. I mean, I don't want this town to be much bigger. We do really need to start focusing on Coal Town. Of course, it goes without saying that they're going to go all the way to the construction office, and then they're going to go all the way back to the gas station. This game can be a little bit dumb sometimes. So we're just going to have to wait for them to go and get some fuel. Yeah, anything else I can do at the moment? It's just, I mean, we've got, this is growing, this is growing. Why are they, oh, these fields aren't allocated, are they? That's true, yeah. I'm kind of a bit inclined to be a little bit wishful thinking again. We're going to go for it because we got the capacity now. I mean, there's a very real possibility we will get crop losses, but I think if I got the tractors, why not? Let's just go for it and see. I'd rather have the maximum amount of crops and I can harvest and have some losses, because that will keep the economy going. In fact, let me just check something. I suddenly realised that am I still exporting food? That could be a problem. Why are you exporting food? I think we're gonna take you off that there. I don't want you. I think because this was saying pick up anything, it was able to fulfill the requirements, which is a potential problem because we're on the end of April and we are doing it. Am I exporting fuel as well? I mean, I haven't made the same mistake, have I? No. At the moment, where our income is alcohol, food, gravel, meat, and bitumen, or bitumen, depending on how you pronounce it. We got this I need to build, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's why is that? Ah, I know why. Road crew, road crew, road crew. Where are you? It's all about the fact that you need to pick up gravel from there as well. Yeah, I did the construction office and forgot the road crew. So that should wake these guys up. Okay, let me just... You pick up from there then, please. Maybe it's taken a little while to work its way through the system. Are you happy now? Yep. Yep, they're happy now. They're actually doing something. Check here. Getting through there. Right, let's see if my excavator, stroke, whoever you are actually back on site now. Okay, we're going to pause the game because I do really like to get the planning done here. And if I can say, if I put on this here, you'll see that we've got a bit of a problem here. What I'm thinking is that if I can get the... my original plan was to go across here, but the drop off here is too big. So what we're going to do is have quite a few, some long conveyor runs here with respect to, although we could put up the ore processing here, couldn't we? Okay, let me just see if we've got a little bit of a flat here. So if I think what we're gonna have to do is do some quite large runs of what we call it. So say for argument's sake I can get this built up about here. Maybe push this out a little bit this way. Like that. Oh look, get a bit of an edge there. So we're gonna have to kind of bring this forward a little bit. Thank you, game. So we get a little bit of a platform going here. Hopefully that will work. Of course, the big problem is going to be getting the road off of here. Ah, yeah, that will work. And I want you to connect into there. And then what I want is we're going to use the conveyors. We're going to have to probably build quite a long conveyor system. Now, what I want is with the conveyors in the center, because if you put a conveyor like this with a tower in there, that will draw the coal out of the coal mine. So we won't be filling up the internal store of the coal mine. Oh, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, that would be great if we could do that. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a long run. Our town is here. So let me just see. And what I would like is two ore processing plants. We got a nice bit of flat ground there, which should work. I mean, it's a fair distance away, but kind of like that downslope there, because we need to get down off this hill. Or actually, I think if I put one up about here, that should be, no, maybe I don't need to be so extravagant with the conveyors. So if, say for argument's sake, I put, actually, yeah, I think if I can put one, just push it out a little bit that way. And then maybe we can get another one just on the kind of back curve here. No, we're gonna have to watch the road connection again. Yeah, it's dipping down. I think we'll have to just push it out that way a little bit, and possibly back this way a little bit. Just kind of drop you into the hillside here. Don't need the conveyor. If you get that there. And the key factor is going to be the road again. Right, we can get the road out there. We can bring a road kind of curvy round that. And right, means I can get a road connection there, but we're going to need another bus stop here. I don't think that the actual, yeah, it's only 15 workers each, so we could put a small I don't want a trolley bus stop, I want a small bus stop, say for argument's sake about there, and then just turn off that for the moment. Now the question is, do I go for a splitter conveyor or separate conveyors? I think we'll probably go for separate conveyors again. Oh, thank you, game. Okay, what we'll probably have to do then is, I've never ever been too sure whether a conveyor belt can supply enough coal. A single conveyor can actually supply enough coal, but I think I'm going to start with one like that, because truth is, if necessary, I can always do that later on and take that out. So we'll get conveyors there. So let me just turn this back on again so I can see the terrain. Now what I need down here is another large aggregate store to take the output from here, and then we're going to need to get a aggregate loading probably down here somewhere, and then we're going to need to put in a coal-fired power plant, which is going to be a bit tricky. I mean, my instinct is to put it here, but it's going to be a bit of a long way away from here, and I mean it's going to be in the middle of nowhere. We could kind of create a platform here. I don't know whether this will work. I mean, let me just see if we can kind of flatten this area out, and maybe just create a, I know I'm smoothing at the moment, but I'm just wondering if actually if we can flatten this a bit. Flattening might go a bit quicker. If we can create a kind of a platform here that's possibly big enough for the, actually it might be better to use the wireframe. In fact, sometimes we've used the wireframe in conjunction with the topographic. Maybe I mean, that if I could get a level coming off from the road here, that would be brilliant actually. So we're just gonna, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a little bit of work in this area, and I'll be right back once I've finished it. I've been actually looking at this and I don't think I need to do that much. Let me just turn off that. So what I'd like to get in here is, and we're going to kind of reverse engineer this a little bit now. If we get, say, the power plant in here, we've put so if we put the power plant about there, and then what I need is the large heating plant, because this is going to be quite a big town. So, and of course it goes without saying that the road will be in that direction. So, do you reckon that could be a bit too close? Maybe if I pull this back, say like that, and no, I think if I put the heating plant about there, and then what I would like here is another large aggregate store. If any of you follow my Divided series, you'll be aware that somebody actually suggested that I should, protect my heating and power plants by having a separate aggregate store. Right, the aggregate is over there, so we could just kind of squish this on. In fact, my instinct is that we could bring down a conveyor from here, and I could kind of do it that way, couldn't I? So, say for argument's sake, we could put that just about there, and we'll just squish that on that corner there. That means that the heating plant can draw directly from there, and then we're conveyor. I can kind of push it out a little bit like that. That will give me the supply to there, and what we're looking now is another aggregate store about here, which will connect to this, which will then supply the heating plant here and the coal-fired power station. So if we look at another lot, this would be the primary output, say for argument's sake, about here. Again, we'll just put it in a little bit of an angle so that we can connect across the road there. Say for argument's sake, we put you about there. That gives me the flexibility to build on each side. Again, we can just want to check that we can get a road connection in there. Cancel. And what that should do then is give me the ability, and just turn off the, well, we don't need that. And then, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to have conveyors everywhere, but I think with this terrain, we're going to need something like this. So that will supply the coal to that aggregate store, which will then fill up this aggregate store, which will then supply the heating, which will supply the power supply. Right, what we got to do now is get connections from here to here. And again, we can do it in two ways. We can go direct like that, which I quite like. So we'll kind of go like that, and that also leaves that other output for anything else I need, because I could effectively put a loading bay down here as well from this terminal. No, from here, wouldn't it? So we'd put a loading bay back that way. Wow. Oh, come on, you can do it, game. Wow, we can do it in, okay, we'll do it that way. Yeah, while I'm thinking about it, where's the truck loading? And what we'll do is we'll put a truck loading bay in as well, so that if we need to ship coal somewhere in that direction, we can put that in there. We've got that built there. So we've got a large aggregate store there, this, and this. And actually, I've just had a sudden thought. This on auto detect, that's not good. So what we can do is use the excavators and the bulldozer here as a support for building. Right, so we've now got the power station, the heating plant, we've got plenty of storage. Now comes what we've got to do now is put in the rail aggregate loading store. That is looking pretty good. If, say for argument's sake, I can get that in, say about there. Actually, can we get that in a bit shorter? Try and save a little bit of cash. I know I've been quite extravagant. The problem's going to be is, can I hook the rail line in? And the more important thing is just the track connection. Oh, it's gone green. We're getting a little bit of a build up just on that edge. If I turn on the, yeah, you can just see the red there. Okay, we're gonna have to put it there, and then you can get out here. Means we can give the road connection to there. When I put the roads in here, bit of a fail here. I've gotten to consider the road situation here. We should be able to bring a road out this way, because we should be able to get a road under. Oh, come on, game, you can do it. Yeah, we can get a road there. You can come there. Right, we could probably tidy that up a little bit. Yeah, that can come there. You can come to there. Actually, I just had a sudden thought. If I can wish in a small bus stop here, say just there, like that, because then we can put a footpath, hopefully under here, which will come to connect there. And then we need to put a road connection. Yeah, you can come out that way. And I think probably we're going to need some kind of road going that way. So I think if we send a road directly down the hill that way, and then you can kind of come out and connect to there. Oops. Yeah, just take that out. And then we're just going to accept the road there. And that will give me a road to there. In fact, what I could do is put a bus stop in here and reverse the footpath situation. No, I think we could run a bus up to here in there. Oh, no, that's more direct, isn't it? Okay, change of plans. Pick you out. Cancel that. And then we're just hook through. You can come there. We'll put the bus stop to deliver the workers can go about there. Eventually, just turn that off. Just put you about there. That will deliver to there, and then eventually we'll put a footpath through from here, preferably through there, and connect to there. Yeah, I think that will work. So we'll just accept that. So we got that there. Right, we've got the rail connection here. Now, somehow I've got to run the rail track through here. Fun is going to be suspiciously too easy. And then what we're going to need is a crossover. I think I'm going to be a bit extravagant with the crossover there. So that now gives me, just turn the, so I've now got a coal loading yard which will allow me to take the coal to there. It's only a short distance, but I think it will make all the difference. I think we're only going to need the one coal loading yard here, and of course that gives us a route out that way. So leaves this area available for other things. Just gonna let the game start to run again now. And I think we've kind of got lots of stuff in here now. Probably a bit too much to build, but I just really wanted to get this done. I think we're just going to assign that road there and just get the road crews out here. I think what we're going to do is put you guys on auto assign. Just going to pause, put you on auto assign, and of course it picks up everything straight away. But you're just going to pick up roads for the moment and footpaths. So we'll just kind of zap everything out of here at the moment, like that, and just let the game run. And to begin with, you guys can have just give a bit of assault. I know I've got excavators here, which is a bit of a waste, but I think maybe it's time to start considering a proper construction office out here as well. And because we got some space like in about here, I think what I will do is, because of course part of the problem is that these are always going to go all the way back over there to get fuel, so they're not going to be particularly that efficient. I think because we've got the excavators to do the leveling. I'm just going to pause. I'm going to put a proper construction office in here, and we're going to go for a pretty big one. Let me just see. Construction office. I think we're going to go for the full 32 now, and I think if I can get it about there, because we're going to do a vast amount of building out here. So I think having a proper construction office here will make quite a big difference. So just put you in as well. So we have a huge construction office there. We've got a gas station there, which we're going to need to get working. And of course, the next thing I will be needing to do is plan out the power connections as well. But I think I've probably done enough planning for this part. So what we're going to do is just let it run, because the first thing we're going to need to do is get our roads in. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with the pollution issues, but this is a lot of building. But I think once we got it built, it's going to make a phenomenal amount of difference. We'll be able to generate our own power. Of course, we'll be able to get proper heating into our town here. I think the town now is going to expand this way, away from our pollution center here. So so much to do. How are we doing over here? I just want to think for the rest of the video now, we're just going to do the routine stuff and see if we can get everything going. I would certainly like to start thinking about the prefab here. These guys, I think you might as well just contribute to that. I mean, a lot of these guys are doing nothing at the moment. Actually, what jobs have you actually got? I mean, you've got quite a lot there. You've got some unfinished roads, some unfinished factory connection, high voltage wires, open store, unfinished conveyor. We've got a new type of vehicle, but it's a train. Let me see. I mean, one thing I would like to build is the gas station, because the two key buildings we need out here to get up and running is the gas station, the fire station, and there's enough accommodation here to be able to get something done. I mean, how are the power cables out here? I think, is this allocated? Yeah, I think this is being allocated. This is working as well. Do I have the electro components? Yeah, we got electro components. That's good. Let me just check my messages. We got a train set, which we got nothing. I'm not going to do anything about. Electricity problems. Yes, I know. You keep telling me that game. I think we can delete those. How are we doing over here? So we are getting our... so we've got... This is growing, this is growing. There's a good chance that these are going to finish very late, so we're not going to get that much in the way of crops from them. I think what I may need to do is start thinking about getting the second agro farm in, so that we can get a bit more efficiency from here. So much to build now. So that's something we're going to need to focus on. I just feel that I need to tidy this up. I mean, this is going quite well now. This is finished, so I think, of course, the priority's got to be the heating plant. I don't think that it won't let me connect that just at the moment. So if we can get this built and this built, get this finished. Just needs 0.49 tons of gravel. This is finished. Okay. Get the guys back on the efficient pickup. Their tiny little bit of asphalt, which is going to help them out. As I say, I do need to... Whoops, don't want to assign to the construction office. Gravel. And get you there. I mean... Got this road here. So, probably from an asphalt perspective, what I'm probably going to need to do is asphalt down these main roads here, so that we can kind of improve efficiency with working out in this area. How are you guys going? Yeah, I mean, we're keeping this full up with boards, and more importantly, we've got a surplus there. And look at this, see. In theory, we should have plenty of logs piled up, so when this heating comes online, things should be okay. Right, I'm just gonna kind of load everything up and try and get that done. I know I shouldn't be doing it, but of course when this comes up, it's probably going to say something like 110%, but we can spread the load by putting another heating plant properly over here, so that so what we'll have is heating for 200 cubic meters, and then if necessary I can put in another heating plant. But as I said before, I don't really want this town to build any bigger there, so we're getting a little bit of over 21s now. Population doth grow. Let me just see where the over 21s are. Yeah, you're over here. What we can do is just kind of just put you over there. So we're definitely going to need this heating. The alternative is that if this finishes, what we can do is put all the population into there, because this doesn't need heating. And then for the next winter, if this isn't finished, but ideally I would like to get this finished. Oh, little horse and cart. It's my one and only little horse and cart here that's working. Right, so it looks like this groundworks for this is finished. I did have a conveyor belt that was being built. It's this one here. Again, it's still... I think I'm going to suspend that so that I can release that crane, because I don't need this just at the moment, so I'll be okay. How we get here? I mean, we're getting a nice supply of gravel now. We got here messages. Stop telling me that everything has stopped electricity properly. Okay, thank you. How are we doing here? Coal, yep. Let me see. We are producing coal here. It's just not this is efficient. We've got a little bit of a surplus here, not as big as it was before, because of course we're now exporting bitumen, so that's consuming our resources. Yeah, the blocker is steel, but I don't really want to import steel at the moment. Let me just check here with the mechanical components. Yeah, I think what I've got here is a bit of a conflict now between the steel. I mean, I wouldn't mind another dump truck, but I don't think we've got access to the good dump trucks yet. Oh, we got a good one here, but he's very slow. So 2.3, 4 tons, 4.5 tons. I still feel that I just want to be patient. I mean, we're on the 30th of May 1957. I mean this is 41,000. I mean, I don't really want to spend 41,000. Yes, he can carry 25 tons of quarried stone, but I don't feel that is really justified, to be honest. Be good. I mean, in fact, just have a quick look. Let's see. Yeah, I could use one of those to pick up the gravel from here and then bring it down to here. But the problem will be is that I've already got surplus of gravel with my current setup, so I can't see the point of spending 41,000 rubles on a dumper that's just going to pile up even more gravel in here. What trucks have I got here? Oh, wow, okay, that's getting a bit... I think it was just filling up. I just had a bit of a thought if I can... Oops, sorry. This is... We got this truck here, which is one that can carry 10 tons of gravel. I mean, I could use it to import more coal, but am I just being impatient? I think I just need to be patient. How are we doing with food? We should be okay. I mean, we're down to 370 tons there. I think, right, what we need to do is, I don't want to repeat the mistake I made last time, is we're going to pull you back to there. I am wondering a little bit about whether I can sneak in another harvester, actually. Whether I'd get more if I, say, put on another harvester. You can come in there, you can come into there. And how many harvesters have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How much will a harvester cost me? Harvesting 9,000. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it. So we're going to pull another tractor out of here and put you in my garage, and then we're going to go buy another harvester so that we can try and speed up the crop collection. Yeah, I think for 400 rubles we're just going to put you in there. What that should mean is that with all these small fields here, we'll get everything going. The other thing I also need to do is just make sure these guys are covering the right fields to start with. Yeah, so we've got coverage here. Let me just, I've just had another thought. I mean, could I get another distribution office in, say, up here? And whether that would make things a little bit more efficient. Maybe in the future. I'm just piling up too many jobs. And I mean, and before you guys get too carried away in the comments, I know it's a bad habit. It's something that I've always had a bit of a problem with. So these are coming along quite nicely. Of course, it's going to be steel that's going to be the problem. So we got this going here. Yeah, I mean, the bricks are coming in quite nicely. We've only got to get another 104 tons of bricks. We've got enough boards now, which is good. Then, of course, it comes down to jolly old steel. But, and I suppose it'd be the same here. 0.4, I mean, we just need 0.47 tons, and then that would be ready to go. I mean, 6 tons there. But this should come together quite quickly. Obviously, this is a bit of a low priority. Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm spread a bit thin now with respect to workers, but I think we'll be okay. Over here, we've got. Yeah, we need 127 tons of gravel here. We've got, yeah, it's getting the gravel out here at long range. I think once I've got access to the bigger dumpers, what we'll do is we'll use this space here to put in some supplementary storage. I mean, I could put a, say for example, where is it? We could put in a small aggregate store, saying about here, but there's absolutely no point of doing that at the moment because I don't have the dumpers to move the gravel out here. and I'm just piling up even more jobs which I may not actually need. It's the same with the open store and all that. I mean, we've got this here which we can build should we need mech components and electronics, but I think we're just gonna have to work our way through this the best we can. Of course, these vehicles have all come from here, so I can't do any more leveling anyway. In fact, just make sure that in fact what I'll probably do is start this with road crew. Actually, I've just had another thought. I know I said I wasn't going to build anything else out here, but I'm kind of thinking we could go a long way that way, haven't we? So I think what we're going to do is put another construction office here, so 16, and well, we've got a bit of space here because we're not going to go up this too much, and this is near the gas station. So I think what we're going to do is put in you there, and what's this place called? Called Jawali. Oh, it's a bit weird. Okay, Jawali Road Group. If I name them now, I'll remember what they are. And we'll call you... obviously this is a different name, but can't actually see the name here. What was this place called? Jawali. We're going to call you by the same name. I start mixing the name. Actually, it'd be Yawali, isn't it? As Yawal. Construction. So we'll just call you that there. So that sorts my construction plans out. Okay, we're up to the 21st of June. How's the... Yeah, we've got 310 tons there. Just make sure I flip these. Okay, unload. Where's the... Knife heads. Arbor grain. Make sure that we're unloading in here. I don't want these. I want these guys going maximum efficiency. Okay, where are you? Crop fuel. Okay, can't see it. Oh, we are. Unload. So you're done. Unload. And yeah, if we can find you as well. Get down to here. Unload. 90%. They are definitely all on 90%. Each double check, as some of you guys keep reminding me that I don't set these properly. Yeah. So hopefully once the harvest comes in, we'll be able to really start packing everything into here as well. Back to my favourite building. Okay, looks like we need, on the final construction, we need another 70 tons of boards. That's okay. Bricks the shortage. Yeah, so it's probably affecting my bottom line. Let's just check the exports. Yeah, we're not exporting any bricks, so we're totally dependent on alcohol, meat, and bitumen at the moment. But if I don't import that much steel or anything else, I mean, this is one of the advantages. If you're not importing much, actually, what am I importing at the moment? So at the moment, we're just importing coal, iron, and power. And so that means that we're kind of turning over a fairly small profit over time, and I think we can live with that. Right, we've got the heat exchanger finished, okay, but for some reason it's got thing. I don't know how it thinks it's connected to this, but sometimes the game can be a little bit eccentric. Yeah, once these bricks have been delivered, well, that should be okay. I think we just got a little bit of brick coming in now, and that should allow this to be finished. Yeah, so we got everything we need for here now. There's one feature I would really love in this game is the ability to prioritize constructions. So you can see that capacity 172%. I knew that, but I mean, it looks a lot worse than what it actually is, because a lot of these buildings are self-heating, so we should be okay. I mean, I could probably fix that by running underground up to about here. I don't know if we can run a pipeline underground, actually. I've never really tried. Can we come here? No, let me just turn that off. So if we go for there, some infrastructure in the way, we go deeper. I don't know whether this will... Okay. I don't think that's gonna let me do it. Let me just... What we probably would have to do is go kind of slightly over and under approach. So what we'd have to do is kind of come off like that. Possibly go up over like that, down like that. I don't think I need underground pipes, do I? Oh, underground small. Okay. And what we'd have to do is kind of run... And then I don't know how far I'm going to get away with this. And if we come up to here, and then I could put a small heat exchanger, possibly. It's not gonna. You'd have to. I don't know if I could do this. And then just kind of hook that up like that. And what we'd have is a small heat exchanger here that would heat this side. I think we're going to go with that. Just going to accept that. I mean, I can imagine how that's only going to have that ton there. This pipeline is going to be quite a lot. Just have that there. And what that means is we'll have another heat exchanger here, which should spread the load between the two. They're gonna need an assist with this. I think we'll go with it and see how that actually works. And I mean, must admit, that's the first time I've actually put in underground heating pipes. So, and what that should do then is split this load between the two, because one side will be supplying this side. I mean, they're both going to show high drain, but at the same time they should work okay. Right, we're up on the 12th of July now. We haven't started yeah, see, look off that to that late start. I've lost a few days. Pretty annoying, but it looks like this field is going to finish. Yeah, that mistake I made is going to cost me dear. Over here we're slowly pulling things together. The other thing I want to just check is snow plows. We still don't have any snow plows. Right, I've just realised I'm starting to go over time, so we're just going to have one more little quick check of what's going on. and then that would be it for the video. Let me just see. So over here, this is kind of getting there. Our heating is looking pretty good. We've got a nice big supply of boards, wood here now, all stacked up. I mean, I could turn this on temporarily. I think I will. I'm just going to produce a few boards for a little while, and so that we can possibly make a little bit of profit should I need to. This building is kind of in its final throes now, with respect to that. And then just see what we've got in the way of jobs here. High voltage wires is there. Camp, open store, unfinished farmland, small transformer. So we need to get that finished. And I think we're getting to the point now that once this building's finished, we can start pushing the majority of our resources out to kind of building this thing out here. Our coal town. This is where our focus is going to need to be. So effectively, once what we've got built here with the heating plants and stuff like that. Wow, these guys have built this already. Okay. Let me just see if I can. No, I think we'll get this finished first before we put these piping lines in. Actually, I've got crews sat around doing nothing at the moment. So what we could do is just build that part, because they seem to like building that. Again, I'm getting distracted, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. Looks like our harvesting season has gone. Wow, God, this guy's. Wow, we've got 134 people picking crops. Obviously, I've got a lot of people who've got nothing to do at the moment. I thought I'd just tack this on to the end of the video because I think it's certainly worth looking at. Because what's happened is this field has been finished, and you can see the crops are still there. I've got 47 workers in here at the moment who are harvesting this large field. And more interestingly, down here, what you'll see is we've got 32 workers in here harvesting this way. And in some ways, these guys are going faster than the combine harvester. So I think that's quite an interesting view and comparison of the mechanic. Using workers to sow and harvest fields is a mechanic that's greatly avoided by most players. I've never seen anyone on YouTube using the mechanic. I think I've now been completely converted to the concept of putting fields near residences and getting the workers out there harvesting. So I hope that you find this bit interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.